The decision to reimpose oil sanctions against Venezuela was the likely U.S. response to President Nicolas Maduro's decision to ban his most competitive opponents from running in July's presidential elections. Maduro and his representatives prevented the Democratic opposition from registering the candidate of their choice, harassed and intimidated political opponents, and unjustly detained numerous political actors and members of civil society, says the U.S. State Department. Ahead of the U.S. announcement, President Maduro showed his disdain for American sanctions, aimed at forcing him to allow competitive elections.
Queriéndonos hacer un daño.
By wanting to harm us, you harm yourselves. We're going ahead, with or without a license. We aren't a Yankee colony. We aren't your colony. Venezuela will move on with its economic pace. No one will stop us, Mr. Yankee. Know that.
The renewal of sanctions against the country with the world's largest oil reserves is not as devastating as it may sound, according to Venezuela's oil minister, who says he expects the U.S. Treasury to allow companies to request individual licenses for the oil sector.
This does not impact our economy at all. On the contrary, there's maximum stability and maximum growth.
The Biden administration concedes that more than a decade of harsh economic, political, and financial sanctions against Maduro have failed to dislodge him. In fact, pushing him closer to U.S. adversaries like Russia, China, and Iran. And in the wake of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, the White House admits that it was hurting its own economy by banning Venezuelan oil production and sales. The elections, which are expected to reinstate President Maduro for a third consecutive term, are being widely criticized by the international community. But even with the reimposition of some U.S. oil sanctions, they're likely to go on ahead as planned. Lucia, Newman, Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.